In this video, I'm giving you 3 tips, 3 objectives to consider when you're launching your next single or even your album. What's up, guys? Brandon here from KDMR Music, the channel making you a more successful musician. Now, just in case you're new here, we do videos every week about music marketing. I give you strategy tips and music business education in videos just like this one. So if you don't want to miss out on that type of content, hit the subscribe button, then hit that bell icon so that you're notified when we post new videos. Now that all those particulars are out of the way, let's get to today's topic. So 2020, the year from hell, is almost over. 2021 is right around the corner. New year, new you, new music you are probably going to want to release. So as everyone starts up their campaigns for 2021 to start things off on the right foot, I want to make sure that you're thinking correctly about the objectives of your music release campaign. There are 3 key aspects that you need to be focused on, or else your campaign is going to fall flat, or at the very least not be as effective as it could be. So I want to give you these 3 things to think about so that you can check them off as you're creating your marketing campaigns. So the first objective when you are releasing new music is you want to find new fans. You want to find an audience that has not heard of you before and introduce yourself to them through this music. Now, there's a few ways that you can do it. It can be through Spotify playlists. It can be through a write-up at your local newspaper or blog. It can be through the recommendations of other fans. And we could talk about that in a second. There's a lot of different ways that you can get the word out about your new project. You can use Facebook ads, you can use YouTube ads, you can create new content, new social media content. All of those things will help you to reach an audience that you haven't reached before. But you got to be thinking about that audience in order to reach them. So if you've got a new dance hall single, think about dance hall playlist, dance hall blogs, what other dance hall artists people are listening to so that you can target those audiences when you are running your Facebook ads. But that's the first objective, to find the fans who have never heard of you and make sure you're getting in front of them. Then the second objective of any well thought out music release campaign is activating the fans who do know about you. So if you've been doing your thing for a little while, there's a few things you should have. You should probably have a fairly sizable audience, or at the very least, an engaged audience on social media. You should have a fairly sizable, or at least a very engaged list of fans that you all have an email address for, right? Whether it's email marketing, text message marketing, messenger chats on Facebook, you've got to have a relationship with fans that you own and you control. If you've been doing things for a while, then you should have that audience. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure you mobilize that audience, because there is no greater marketing than a word of mouth campaign for people who already know who you are. Think about it. Some of our best experiences as fans have been when we're able to share music that we know with people who may not know about them already. I remember when Drake was first coming out and I was telling all of my friends, you got to hear this kid, Drake. He's the same dude from Degrassi, but he can really rap, right? And you share those with people. I still remember when I went to the Kanye West and Jay-Z Watch the Throne concert with this girl I went to school with, right? She had an extra ticket, so we went to the concert. And I remember that night to this day. Sharing music with your friends is always a fun experience. So think about how you can get your fans to share your music with their friends, right? So maybe you can run a contest. Maybe you run a social media contest where people have to share your post or tag their friends in order to be entered into the giveaway. Think about those ways that you can get your fans involved. Maybe create a street team where, in exchange for a promotion on social media, you give your fans exclusive content or even send them free merchandise and things like that. Really make them feel like they're a part of your team, and they will evangelize, right? Street teams still work in 2021. I promise. But you just got to think about them in different ways. No one's going to go out and put posters up because live shows aren't a thing. People aren't going outside for any reason right now. But they will absolutely spread the word on the internet on your behalf. So yeah, so you've got an audience that you didn't know, right? That didn't know about you before, and you've activated the audience that you already have. You never want to take it or to take for granted the power of an engaged audience. But the last objective, the last key that everyone seems to miss out on is keeping the momentum going. And I know it sounds super obvious, but as obvious as it is, people still don't do it. So what you've got to do when you've got your marketing campaign going, most people think about their album release as a launch. You think about the 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months ahead of time and all the things you're going to do before the music is released. And then you release the music and then it only has like a 6-day window and all of a sudden everybody's on to the next thing. Well, that's because you're not giving them reasons to continue checking you out, right? So, for example, let's say when you are pitching yourself to different blogs and you want to, have a single premiered or have a review of the album come out, right? Well, only one outlet is going to be able to do an exclusive premiere of your album. Everyone else is just going to have to sit back, right? Well, what if you got those other outlets to do premieres of different content? So one outlet does a full album review. Another outlet premieres your video and does a write-up on that. And then another outlet promotes your hometown show or your album release party, right? All of those different outlets they'll have the reach of different audiences, and you can stagger those articles. You can time that along with your publicist or just yourself. If you're the one managing that media and publicity for yourself, you can time that. You can talk to the writers and the editors of those different outlets and say, look, we've got this going on this date. We would love for you guys to talk about this, right? That way, instead of you just having the week of the album release, you've got the week of the album release, the next week when there's a music video, the next week after that where there's a launch party, and now all of a sudden you've got yourself in the news for 3 weeks straight. People are still talking about your album a month later, and then boom, you got more content. Or maybe that's when you unveil the dance challenge, the TikTok challenge for, one of the songs, one of the album cuts on your album. There's so many different things that you can do to keep that momentum going, whether it's getting more press, whether it's creating more content, creating music videos, getting your fans involved, having TikTok challenges and dance challenges, and all sorts of things. What you got to understand is that every piece of content you create and every piece of content that is created about you and your music is a new opportunity to reach new fans and keep the conversation going. So I absolutely recommend that when you're planning out your album launch campaign, it's not just about the few weeks before your album comes out, but you put an effort in long after that album comes out. Keep pitching those songs for playlists. Keep pitching the songs that aren't singles for playlists. Create campaigns to keep your fans engaged long after the music comes out. As soon as the world opens back up and we're able to have concerts again, you can run contests for people to get free tickets. All of these things help keep your name in the minds or on the minds of the people who need to hear your music the most. And you're going to regret missing out on those people if you just release the music and then fade to the background. Don't do it. That is absolutely the recipe for disaster, and we don't need any more disaster. 2020 was disaster enough. I want you to do better in 2021. Now, if you need help with your marketing strategies, you need help learning how to create content, you need help learning how to monetize it and make sure that all your royalties are in place, and to be creative in your marketing, then you should join the Master Music Marketing community. And this week is your last chance to join at the discounted rate of just $97. If you use the coupon code LASTCHANCE at checkout, then you will save $100 and you'll get lifetime access to our course, which is called The Next Steps, and the private community where I host Zoom calls every single month to keep you on your toes, to keep your strategy on point. So join the community. We would love to have you inside. You can join at mastermusicmarketing.com, and the link is in the description below. But don't wait, because when the clock strikes 12 on New Year's, that deal is over. So hit the link in the description. I would love to see you inside the community. And I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. If so, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell icon so that you're notified when we post new videos. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, be safe, be well, keep dreaming, and work hard to make those music business dreams your reality. Peace.